going to look at inverse variation. We have been dealing with the variation for some time now. We've looked at direct variation and also partial variation. Now we need to know how to write inverse variation in algebraic terms, as well as solving problems involving inverse variation. We said when you are looking at direct variation is when one quantity increases, the other quantity increases at the same rate. Now, under inverse variation, one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. That's the difference between direct variation and inverse variation. Let's just quickly look at the question that I have there at the screen. The question says, if V varies inversely with N and V is equal to 220 when N is equal to 6, find V when N is equal to 8. Right, already we know what we are supposed to do when you are dealing with these things, right? So we write this using the variation symbol, and also this is how it is written. V varies inversely with N. We put 1 above N there. That's how it becomes inverse variation. If you just say V varies with N, it's direct variation. But since it is inverse, we need to have 1 there, then N at the bottom there. That's what makes it inverse variation. Right, now we need to put an equal sign in this one so that we can use it as a formula to solve our problems. So we'll be having V is equal to K over N. We know that we multiply the right hand side by N, so N is going to multiply 1. If you've done your multiplication of fractions, you understand this. V is equal to K over N. Right, now having written this, now we need to substitute with the given values so that we can write our relationship, our equation, or our formula connecting V and N. So writing this, we have 220 is equal to K over 6. Then we simplify that. We know how to do that. But I'm not going to multiply 220 by 6 to get a very, very big number there, because the question is not asking to find the value of K. So there is no need for me to simplify that. But if you're asked to find the value of K, then you need to really do this multiplication here. But in this case, the question was asking me to do that. So I have to answer the question. But before that, we need to write our relationship. Also, the question is not asking for the relationship, but still we need it to solve our problem. So in our relation, because we find the value of K, now we're going to have V is equals to 220 times 6 over N. This is the relationship between V and N, or the formula connecting V and N, or the equation connecting V and N. Now, having written this relationship here, what we are asked now, the question says find V when N is equal to 8. Now we are going to substitute N with 8 so that we can find the value of V. This is simple now, you know how to do this. So after substitution, right, under substitution here, you see now, because I haven't simplified 220 times 6, it's easy to do my division here. I divide 2 into 6, that's 3, 2 into 8, that's 4. 4 into 22, that's 5. 4 into 20, that's 5. So this becomes 55 times 3, giving us V is equal to 165. So please do this working, write it down, have a clear understanding of what I've done there. I think this is enough for inverse variation, because most of the things we've already discussed them. So good luck.